for fresh leafy greens that scream spring. Here to show us a delicious and simple dinner is Chef Rebecca Oren from the Rudd Center at Yale University. All right, Rebecca, welcome back.
Thank you. Great to be here again.
So what are we actually going to be learning to make today?
We are going to learn to make a roasted shrimp, really easy, 5-6 minutes in the oven, juicy, delicious. And then we're going to put that on top of a spinach and pistachio pesto that we're going to mix with some whole grain pasta. It's a healthy, protein-packed lunch that's really low in calories, and it's going to keep you full. And on top of that, it's really, really good.
That's the bottom line. As long as it's good, we're happy.
It's really good.
So let's get started. Now, where do we want to begin the process?
First thing we're going to do is we're going to get the shrimp in the oven. So these are just some peeled, deveined shrimp, and they're in this bowl. You can just add a tiny bit of olive oil. A little bit less than a tablespoon.
All right. So we'll go back.
And just throw that in there. That's perfect.
Okay.
And then a pinch of salt.
A pinch of salt. Okay. One for there. One for the back of the head there. Okay, for good luck.
Crack a little pepper.
Crack a little pepper. Okay.
And squeeze just a little bit of that lemon. That's perfect.
Is there any tips that we should know about buying shrimp?
You know, I really love to buy shrimp in the freezer section at my grocery store in a big bag, the medium-sized shrimp, and then just give those a good stir.
Okay.
The medium-sized shrimp, you get about 35 or 40 shrimp for less than $10, and they're frozen, but you know what? When you're buying shrimp at the fish counter in your grocery store, those are previously frozen anyway. So it really turns them into a pantry staple. They're always in your freezer, and you can have them ready to go.
And you're getting more. You're getting the bigger bang for your buck.
And that's really, kind of the bottom line.
Hello. All right. So now what do we do?
Let's just pour these out onto here, and we'll shake them and spread them into a single layer.
Okay. So we want to just put them in a single layer.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're just going to pop these into a 400-degree oven. I've got it preheating back here.
Okay. Perfect.
A 400-degree oven for 5 or 6 minutes.
You know, we were talking earlier, Chef, and you said that what's interesting is a lot of times we don't know when shrimp is necessarily done, or at least our director, Tracy, and I don't know. Yeah, Tracy, I'm putting you out there. Yeah, neither one of us really kind of know, but you said this is a foolproof way to make shrimp.
I think this is really a foolproof way to make shrimp. I run into the same problem, frankly, when I'm making shrimp on the stovetop. It ends up a little rubbery and overcooked because it continues to cook as other things go in the pan. This way, you put it in there 5 or 6 minutes, you take it out of the oven, and you leave it on the sheet, at least I leave it on the sheet, for another couple minutes, and it continues to cook through. They're juicy, they explode in your mouth, and
awesome.
And you put just a tiny bit of olive oil on them, and so they're really healthy.
Healthy. Big time. Okay, so we're going to do that, which is great. We get the shrimp started because that allows us now to move to the pesto.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I've got some pasta that's boiling here on the stove, but let's get to the pesto. This is so easy. It's like ridiculous, and I think people think that sometimes when a recipe is this simple, it's not good.
Right.
But that's not the case here. You don't have to cook anything. You just have to put it all in your food processor.
Ooh, we like this. Listen in, everybody. Here we go.
So I have some baby spinach here, and it is the season, like you said, for leafy greens, starting about mid-April, early May, through the summer. Farmers markets, grocery stores, they're fresh. They taste better. They're probably coming from somewhere local, we hope. It's better if you can find them local. So we're just going to throw this into the
food processor. Now, Rebecca, why are we using the spinach? I know it's in terms of basil, because usually people use basil, right? It's okay to use the spinach?
It's okay to use any green that you want to use, in my opinion.
Okay.
Basil and pine nuts is the traditional kind of pesto, but I think spinach, it's packed with vitamins, packed with iron, potassium, it's calcium. It's just a super healthy powerhouse.
Okay, she is our healthy encyclopedia, everybody. If you haven't noticed, I love it. All right, so now what are we doing?
And then, so traditional pesto is basil and pine nuts.
Right.
This is spinach and pistachios. And I think pistachios sort of get left out sometimes as a healthy nut to use for cooking and for snacking. They are really high in fiber, really high in protein, lowest in fat among sort of our most popular nuts.
So they're better than almonds?
They're just as good as almonds. And almonds are sort of the, nut you think of for snacking and protein and all of that. And I love almonds as much as the next person. But when it comes to something like this where you want to throw them into a recipe,
go pistachio.
I go pistachio. And frankly, I love to snack on pistachios. They come in those little shells.
Yes.
It takes a little bit of work to open them, but in my opinion, you just end up eating a little bit less because you can't just shovel them into your mouth.
That's the key, everybody. All right, so how much pistachio are we putting in?
We're going to put in about half a cup. I've got about a cup here, so we're going to put in half of what's here.
Because she left the other half for us to eat.
They are delicious to snack on.
Okay.
We have half a cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese.
Okay, perfect.
just going to throw that in there. I'm going to throw in 2 big, juicy garlic cloves. And you can adjust this for your own taste.
Right.
Some people like more garlic, some people like less. I think this puts you maybe a little bit more on the heavier garlic side, but that's the way I like it, so that's the way I make it.
That's right. That's the way I like it.
I squeeze in a little bit of lemon.
What for? For coloring, or in terms of it not turning a different color, or just for taste?
Just for taste. It just brightens it up, in my opinion.
Okay.
And we have that going in there. And then, you know what? I just need to grab the salt and pepper.
Okay, we're going to do a little salt and pepper. And again, to taste, depending upon what you like.
Yep.
Okay.
Good pinch of kosher salt.
Okay, there we go. And a little bit of pepper. Should I put a little bit more, you think, or we're good?
I think we're good.
Okay, perfect. So then we're going to put this baby on top of there.
Yes, which for as many times as I do it, you'd think I'd get it right, but half the time it won't start for me, so let's see.
That's perfect.
And what we want to do here is we want to pulse this to a paste.
Okay.
So...
Oh, so you're just going to pulse it a little bit, stop, pulse, and then stop.
Yeah, I just find then I can kind of see what's going on.
Kind of like traffic on 95, a little stop and a little go, a little stop and go. Here we go.
So there you can see it's kind of a thick paste.
Right.
And, oh, I forgot my olive oil over there.
Okay, how much olive oil do we want to use?
We want to use about a half cup, but what we're going to do here is I'm going to turn it on.
Okay.
And then we're going to drizzle it in.
All right.
Until we get it to where we want it.
Oh, meaning the consistency.
Exactly.
So now we're about 45 seconds or less. Now, should we pull, I know we have the finished product, so I'm going to let you keep doing that. I'm going to pull out your finished shrimp. Because, again, we cooked this at 400 for about 5 to 7 minutes.
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and put my cooked pasta in here. One thing I did a little earlier is I reserved a little bit of cooking liquid from the pasta. I'm going to show you what happens with that.
Okay. I'm going to let you do that quickly, and then what we're going to do for folks that are watching right now, while she takes it off, if you want to try Chef Rebecca Oren's recipe, come to our website, WTNH.com, click on Connecticut Style, and we will have the link. I'll let you stir that up quickly. There we go. And folks, this is going to be the finished product. Yummy.
And if you just want to pour in a little bit of that cooking liquid.
Okay, perfect. All right, everybody. We'll be back with more Connecticut Style coming your way right after this, so don't go anywhere. Oh, that looks amazing.